All right, what's up with it, y'all? It's your boy Rock. And you see what it is. We back with the homie Kwame and Judge Joe. So you know we definitely got to give him a hand clap. You know how we doing, man. And Judge Joe is coming out here, and he's basically explaining why Bill got out. You know what I'm saying? Why Bill got off. And a lot of people was upset about it. But the thing I like about, you know, when a person like Judge Joe come on is that he really lived in that era where these whole accusations are coming from, you know what I'm saying? Because we know Bill Cosby isn't doing, you know, all these type of things. I guess quote unquote drugging women, you know what I mean? Putting Quaaludes in their drink, you know what I'm saying? So the thing about it, I guess back then that was something like, you know, how people nowadays like to pop a Molly or people off the X or something like that, like. Some people did that back in the day just to feel better and, you know, all that type of stuff and whatnot. And basically Judge Joe, I think, is really trying to break that down. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of those women that you see came out, most of them were groupies. You know what I'm saying? But y'all know me. I can get long-winded. I'm going to let Judge Joe talk. And, of course, you know, I'm going to bring in a little bit of what I think. And I got another... Man, let me just get right into it.
But we're here because Bill Cosby got out of jail, and I saw you on a couple other interviews, and I was with the whole movement at first because I heard about the whole NBC thing. Can you first explain why he got out of jail and how he got out of jail?
Okay, I've been saying since day one, they never should have prosecuted him because, first off, this woman that was the complainant in this criminal case filed a civil lawsuit. So Cosby's lawyer said, Fifth Amendment, you have a right to be free from self-incrimination. Anything you say can and will be used in evidence against you. Now, in a civil suit, you can be compelled to give a statement. In a criminal one, you can't. So the DA issued a letter which said basically, our detectives have investigated this. We find the witnesses are not credible. There is little to their story. There is very little, if anything, that could result in a credible prosecution. Therefore, we are declining to go forward, and Mr. Cosby has no further liability. The civil judge said, all right, you have to give these answers during these interrogatories and these depositions. So essentially what happened was he said, yeah, they wanted drugs. I gave them drugs, but I didn't take advantage of them. They wanted them. It was like, hey, bring on the drugs in the BBC. You know what that means?
Pause. That's basically what I was just saying. Like, people back then, they used to take Quaaludes. You know what I'm saying? Just like people nowadays pop Mollies or what's the mother? I think Xanny bars, all those type of, you know, weird type pill type drugs, you know what I'm saying? I just don't. Yeah, some people into that, you know what I mean? And I guess back then, and then I guess that kind of go with because look at old Charlemagne. It looked like he's into taking a Spanish Fly with the women because what was he saying on this thing? He said it made him get a little hot in the pants when he took the Spanish Fly too.
Means, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
BBC.
Yeah, but we ain't gonna say it on YouTube.
Bring on the drugs and the big.
Hold on, man. What we at 518? We about to. Yeah, you gonna say some shit? We gonna fast forward that part.
Sex, drugs, and basketball, baseball, football, TV, movies, politics, you name it. You have groupies for it.
And that's important.
They want the blow, and the alcohol, and then they'd get naked and screw everybody in the hallways and in the bathrooms. I don't know.
And see, this is what I like about this interview with Kwame. And I don't know if y'all familiar with some of the other interviews Judge Joe's been on talking about Bill Cosby. Like, this is not the first one he's been on. And I really wanted to highlight this. Look how when he get on these programs where, just like Kwame say, they white zaddy run the program. And look at this is another Stephen A. type that he doing an interview with. But you know Judge Joe, he shut his ass down.
We're talking about responsibility. You go for a walk in the park, my place or yours, get over there, kissy poo, seduction, clothes come off, everybody has a good time. This crowd wants that to be called
everybody isn't having a good time. One person's being assaulted. Right, but what I'm saying, Judge, and I got to run.
See, that's the point. He never admitted to what he did, was accused of, which is
how many people in your court admitted to what they did that were guilty?
All he did was they asked for it. I supplied it. They wanted it.
Okay,
that's like
just
put some candles on and some incense when we do it. Let's go out and have a fine meal. Some Pinot Noir, some Cabernet Sauvignon, giving somebody to go with the prime rib and the.
Why is this guy so mad? Why are you so mad? Why? What did Judge Joe trying to basically? Why is he so mad? I don't get it, man. And then the cold part that I always thought was weird, and that people just, I mean, that's what you got to look at, just normal stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, I believe, I'm pretty sure, I'm not certain. I think. Shout out Kwabi. But I think all of Bill Cosby kids is black, right? And then you notice all the accusers, none of them were black. So that part seems kind of weird to me. You know what I'm saying? Because if I'm just way I'm thinking, if a person have a kid with black women, more than likely he likes to partake in black women. But hey, I could be wrong. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I could be wrong. I might be wrong.
Lobster. And then we, you know, after we leave the 5-star restaurant, we got a nice walk in the park.
This honestly is, with all due respect, is the most disturbing interview I've ever had in my life.
No, but see, you are into this thing where everybody's got to be protected. This society does not work when the society's obligation is to protect somebody from being stupid. You protect somebody's rights.
To protect somebody from being raped, but we got to go, Judge Joe Brown. We can have a conversation, but I got to run commercial break.
Just like you can't protect somebody from liability for killing someone in a fatal DUI because the bartender didn't stop serving them when they kept asking.
Unfortunately, I got to run. We're way past commercial break. I know you.
Yeah, see the disrespect, man. And we come over here, and Judge Joe can get respect over here, man. Shout out Judge Joe.
Women were doing, but some of them, you know, they were on the circuit. So,
can you expound on the sex, drugs, and rock and roll part? Because
back in the 70s and the 80s, that's where it was. Women were liberated. They had the pill. Mm-hmm. They'd come into a Hollywood party and it'd be see-through, no bra. Few minutes later, no top. Few minutes later, no bottom either. And then you'd run into them. They'd be doing dudes off in the hall closets and in the bathrooms.
Hey, that's actually, let me pause it real quick. Because we got to get kind of serious about it. Like back then, I guess when the pill came out, you know, these folks they was going crazy. They was acting a fool. You know, I believe back then the AIDS wasn't even the big thing back then. You know what I'm saying? I think like he was saying, they should just go get a shot. But it's crazy. So think if you're a person of prestige like Bill Cosby. You know what I'm saying? Back then, he was, that's pretty much why I talk about rock stars. Well, he was basically the rock star of acting. He walked through all the women wanted it.
On the coats, on the beds, you know, in the bedrooms, and just work around it. 3 or 4 days later, they're back at another party. That's what they did.
So could somebody of this generation that don't understand that sex liberation thing that you guys went through, could the behavior back then stand now?
They wouldn't recognize it. The brothers today ain't getting laid. They ain't getting no ass. You know, right now, even the black ones, there are more boy virgins 25 and under than there are girl virgins. They ain't getting any ass. And 16% of that age group is off into the LGBTQ thing. For the 55 and older, it's about 1.5 to a little less than 2. For the country as a whole, it's about 5.56. And by the way, that nonsense about supported by science, that's crap. It's not. People that support it in science are practitioners. So they do the 6B routine: unbelt, drop breeches, drop boxers, bend, spread butt cheeks, get banged. They get initiated. I mean, get the freak on.
Hey, Judge Jones is dropping it like it's raw. That's really what they do in these type of societies, though. That's the reason why you got dudes like him, Mr. Step and Fetch. You know what I'm saying? Dudes that try to control the narrative, and they don't want to talk like this, where it get real. We get down to the nitty gritty. We get down to the what, when, where, why, how. Like, it's just what it is. That's what he talking about back in the 70s. Why it was looking like that. Nowadays, it's going to look bad. You know what I'm saying? That's just like in the future, they probably going to be like, oh, you was over there messing with all them women at the party, but they was off Molly's. It's almost about the same thing. You know what I'm saying?
That's their business. Is legal, but, you know, when they start transcending social and political boundaries, then you can push back, but they think you're not supposed to. Yeah. So they got colored folk out there that want to jump on Mr. Cosby. What about these girls? What about them? Well, too damn bad. Under American law, if you accuse somebody, you're assumed to be making a false accusation unless you can prove it beyond a reasonable doubt.
Right.
So there was no due process. It was so egregious that never should have gone to prosecution. In fact, they ought to discipline the prosecutor that proceeded. I think they might. And
why do you say that?
Well, I assume he went to law school. If he is a member of somebody's bar, and, you know,
Hold on, Paul. So basically, he's saying that the judge knew this was a farce the whole time.
I do recall law school giving a focus on the Fifth Amendment and the right to be free from self-incrimination. Okay. So prosecutors are not just to get convictions, they're to administer justice. So this second prosecutor, he just wanted mob justice, mob rule. And for a black person to support that nonsense, oh, that's straight up and down. That's Emmett Till country right there. Mm-hmm. I mean, in 50 years I've been doing this, I don't know how many injustices I've had to correct because of somebody's emotionalism wanting to get in the way of justice.
Right. So why do you think a prosecutor would be emotional and want to prosecute Mr. Cosby the way that he did?
Because he hung his hat on that #MeToo stuff.
Mm-hmm. And what is this about?
You get a cause that's emotionally driven, you're getting into it's bad territory.
Mm-hmm. So what does this talk about NBC and all this stuff? Because we got a lot of
1992 Cosby, according to FTC, got together the financial package to acquire NBC.
Okay.
That got beat down. 2011, he put the package back together to acquire NBC.
Okay.
And see, it wouldn't have been an own thing like Oprah. It would have been a conscientious network that would be doing some good stuff.
Right.
Cosby was about that. And some people today want to confuse
Hold on, pause, man. And so that's cool, because you see what Kwame talking about. We was just talking about it on the last video with the whole Lil Nas thing. Now, we don't see these type of programs. Where's Family Matters? Where's the Cosby Show? You know what I'm saying? Where is even the Full House? Where, like I said, Corey and Topanga. Where's the real traditional family? And I got some shirts coming. Actually, that's going to be called. All it's going to say is, we need traditional families. Traditional families matters. It was two different shirts I had in mind that's coming, and with some designs on it. I'm actually kind of excited about it because I like the way they look.
Ethics and morality with sexual activity. It's not the same.
Mm-hmm.
And sex then, I mean, walk into a Burger King, Tommy Burgers in LA or something, and Fat Burgers or something. You walk in, hey babe, what's up? You want some dessert, dear? Yes, I would. How about if I was on the dessert menu? That'd be great. You got a car? Yeah. Big back seat? Yeah. You gonna be around in 25 minutes? Yeah. Well, I'm going on my break. Why don't you come back and get me? So you just order dessert off of the menu. That casual.
What a time to be alive.
About as casual as asking a woman that you already knew to dance with at a house party.
Damn. That's how it was. He basically telling you how the sex game was back in those times. And it kind of lets you know why they would kind of bring out, because we all know that the AIDS was man-made, right? So we kind of see why that was actually put into play to discourage people from still getting down like how Judge is getting down. Because now the women, I guess they're liberated, you know what I'm saying? They got the pill. They even got, obviously they can do abortions, you know what I'm saying? So it's definitely different. But I'm going to fast forward this a little bit to where they were talking about the same thing I was talking about in my last video with Lil Nas and all this crazy stuff going on. You know, we can't cover the whole live. I just try to get y'all the good snippets on the stuff that I want to cover. You know, things I want to go over and just kind of add into, man. You know, shout out Kwame, shout out Judge Joe, man. Once again,
part of propaganda is to set up a visual image of what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
So the media is just freaked out over straight black men.
Wow. Why?
Because we are their nightmare.
Mm-hmm.
Masculinity.
Shit, my bad. His nightmare. My bad, I didn't mean to pull that up. His nightmare.
So they use us to paint the picture.
What picture?
Toxic masculinity.
That's just a made-up word.
Pause. I'm kind of glad I got this up, because that's part of the reason why dude was doing all that on this video. He has a very feminine type. He's acting very feminine in this video. Obviously, we know this is a man right here. Look how they going back and forth with him.
Right, but what I'm saying, Judge,
nobody.
And I got to run.
See, that's the point. He never admitted to what he did was accused of, which is
how many people in your court admitted to what they did
all
that
they
were
did
guilty?
Was they asked.
I was saying he's very into his feelings more than the who, what, where, why, and how. You know what I'm saying?
I know it is, but you see, they're trying to propagandize people into accepting it. So they pick black men and paint the picture with a black man, like poster child. What is the poster child of toxic masculinity? It's a black man, which is insulting to us.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I always assumed black women were beautiful, but now they want you to think otherwise and not say anything because you may shame them and hurt somebody's feelings.
Mm-hmm.
Like, no, that's not my ideal fine.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. You know, and see, black women used to be sexy, but they had taste. Now they look slutty. Not all of them, but too many of them. That's
not all, because some of y'all now. But I understand what you're saying, because it seemed like they over-sexualizing us. And I talked about the BET Awards with Lil Nas X, but I also talked about the women doing the same thing. I talked about the violence that we show to our black boys. We show a lot of penis, a lot of bunkies, a lot of violence, a lot of twerking, a lot of stuff that I just don't see anything positive coming out of. We tell.
Pause. And the cold part, a dude like him on his network, he ain't worried about none of this other stuff Kwame just listed. He mad at what Judge Joe talk about, because Cosby got off on some basically righteous stuff. He wasn't even supposed to be locked up, and we all know these. Come on, when these women come out 30 years later. Stop.
Tell them to look up the drug dealers. I just don't get it.
Okay, let me give you an example of how far it's gone wrong. Remember all of the hell that went on when Janet Jackson had that minor wardrobe malfunction at the Super Bowl?
Oh, they freaked out about that.
Now, how about...
And I enjoyed it. I'm sorry.
How about Lizzo down on the floor with her bare, whatever you call it, down there, oil down.
They supported
whatever you call it. Bunky.
twerking on the floor of the Lakers, down at the Staples Center. What's that?
They supported that.
I know they did, but you see, for the same reasons they wanted to get on Janet Jackson, they ought to get on her. At least Janet Jackson looks good.
Hey, Janet, we love you, Janet. We love you.
Well, a woman.
That is crazy how they did the two stories, because they definitely supported Lizzo.
And then look at Cardi B, what she says. She used to sell her body to get what she wanted and drug her tricks so she could rob them. So what are Mr. Cosby's so-called victims doing but selling their bodies to get what they wanted?
She's not under investigation.
Drugs same way, but it's wrong for.
So basically, he just laid it out straight up. Them women trying to do the same thing as Cosby. Because the cold part, look, back then, just like I said, the women was on the Quaalude. Cosby himself was probably on the Quaalude too. Everybody trying to feel good tonight and have their fun. I actually should have looked up what's all inside of a whole Quaalude, but you know what I'm saying? We ain't got time. I'm gonna let them finish it out. I think I got a few more things.
Cosby to let them have what they wanted. It's okay for Cardi B to do it. So isn't that?
So what do you say? What do you say?
Kind of hypocritical?
Yes, sir. So what do you say about the men that don't even mention Cardi B's name when she said the same thing on interviews as Bill Cosby and Charlamagne alleged?
Yeah. See, I have respect for my late mother. So if I got to go along and endorse Cardi B, I'm talking about my mom.
Wow.
Okay? I mean, I've had some bad experiences with some women,
We all have.
Sometimes it's up, sometimes it's down, but I love them.
Right.
But I'm not going to talk about them badly. Sometimes I was enjoying the hell out of myself. So I respect my black women, so I'm supposed to adopt that slutty attitude toward women and say that, okay, after I've been listening to the feminists talk about equality, and all of a sudden, whoa, they aren't equal. They have to be specially protected, like we've been saying all along. What is your problem? Doesn't make sense to me unless you're a hypocrite.
So let me ask you this. I say that people hide in certain groups so that they can display certain behavior. And then I also brought up a point when I was talking about the BET Awards, is that during Gay Pride Week, they can walk around with the Johnsons hanging out. But if a heterosexual man or a group of men do that, we'll get arrested for indecent exposure. Why is that? Yeah, I mean, I'm asking you. I need to know. Why is that?
It's called hypocrisy.
That's it, man. Ain't nothing fair. You know what I'm saying? That's all that it comes down to, man. It's one thing about we know about this life ain't fair, man. Shout out Judge Joe, shout out Kwame. Appreciate everybody that came out, man. Just wanted to do a quick video. I didn't want this thing to drag out too long, man. Y'all always know I gotta throw in my tidbits, man. If y'all have it, make sure y'all sub to Kwame channel. If you have it, make sure you like the video. Go over there, like Kwame videos. If you liking the video, like the video. I appreciate everybody that stuck through all the way to the end. And if you made it this far, man, help your boy out. Leave a comment, man, and just say Bill Cosby. You just put Bill Cosby in the comments. That's it, man. I appreciate everybody that's really rocking with your boy. All the new subscribers, everything, man. Definitely more videos to come. I'll catch y'all on the next one. All right, y'all. Peace.